Following on from our Bournemouth preview, we are very lucky to be joined by current Bournemouth player Tyrone Mings. Unfortunately, the reason you're probably able to sit here with me is you were obviously hit by a very horrible injury. If we give the viewers a little build-up, you got signed from Ipswich by Bournemouth. You then were 6 minutes into your debut, first time you played in the Premiership, and horrific injury. How's rehab going, firstly?
Rehab's good. It's been a long process, very long, slow process.
What is it, your cruciate?
I've done my cruciate and my medial in the same tackle, so I've done 2 ligaments in my knee. They diagnosed it, I'll be out for about 9 to 12 months originally. That was in September when I had the operation. So, touch wood, August, September of next year. Hopefully I'll be back ready to play. Obviously the season would have started by then, but it's not ideal missing pre-season, but if I can get back for pre-season, that'll be a bonus.
Physically, obviously, it's a huge impact on you. Mentally, how hard is it for a player to be out for such a long duration with such a difficult injury?
Yeah, it is very tough, coupled with the fact that, like you say, I signed for Bournemouth in the summer, and obviously I was integrating into the squad, went away on pre-season, got a good pre-season under my belt. Obviously everyone's preparing for the Premier League. I was at the club for maybe 2 months before I made my debut and got injured, so obviously it then throws you kind of to the side. And it's a very lonely process at times. In a weird sort of way, it's probably helps the fact that we've got 2 other players that have had a similar injury to me, obviously Max and Callum.
In the same game as well?
So Callum done his against Stoke, but Max done his, 10 minutes after me. So when you spend that sort of money in the transfer window for both your obviously main signings to go and get injured in 10 minutes of each other for such a long period of time as well. Obviously you can't account for that as a manager, but you can kind of bounce things off each other and lean on each other, so that's kind of helped a little bit. But yeah, in general, like I say, you get cast to the side a little bit and it can be a bit lonely at times.
Well, Bournemouth have actually been struck with a lot of bad luck because they are the team that have got the most injuries in the whole of the Premier League. You've got 11 senior players. But then, possibly having said that, for the 11 players that are injured, if there's a lot of you, does it help morale in terms of boosting each other when you are injured in terms of rehab, I guess?
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't help the fact
if
that
you sat there on your own.
Mine is the longest.
Yeah, of course.
Everyone else has sort of picked up injuries. Obviously, our captain had surgery on his ankle. He's out for about 3 months. We'll be back in a few weeks. Me, Max, Callum, all done our knee. And then, like you say, we've got 6 or 7 other injuries that are obviously stopping people from playing. But like I say, in a weird sort of way, you can bounce ideas off each other and lean on each other for support and things like that. But obviously, ideally, we'd all try and do that on the pitch.
Obviously, Chelsea's opponent is Bournemouth this Saturday at 5:30. Talk us through. Obviously, they haven't won since September the 19th against Sunderland, so form hasn't been great, but then neither is Chelsea's. And you guys are sat at 18th, we're only 14th, only 5 points ahead of you. So really, games like this are very crucial for both teams because the positions can just change in a matter of games. So it's a big game really for both teams in terms of getting momentum.
Absolutely, in terms of psychology-wise, if you're 2 points behind someone, if you close the gap to 2 points, obviously that's a massive incentive. Looking at the beginning of the season, you wouldn't think that you're playing Chelsea at this stage of the season. It would be so close near the bottom end of the table, but I don't think anyone expects Chelsea to go down, so it's not like we're dragging them into a relegation battle.
Why do you think Chelsea's form is so bad this season?
I don't know. I think after such a good campaign last year, it's very easy to get a little bit complacent and turn up and think that you can do it all again. Maybe not as much effort, but then at the same time, you look at the squad they got. There's no reason why they should be down there. You look at the manager they've got, the setup, the facilities. They have everything to go on and replicate last season. Obviously, maybe a number of things haven't clicked behind closed doors, and they find themselves in the position they're in. But I think they'll be fine. They've got, like I say, the firepower and the players certainly to get themselves out of it.
Any particular Chelsea player that you think Bournemouth players should be wary of?
I think if you're going to give Willian a free kick in and around the box, you should probably be a bit wary of that. But
True.
Like I said, they've got players all over the pitch that can do damage. Costa's coming back from obviously being left out. Sorry.
Do you think that will give him more firepower to play and hope? I say hopefully score. You say hope not.
I say hope not.
But do you think? We did our prediction earlier, our team selection, and we suggested and believe Costa will be back in. Do you think leaving a player, or from your perspective, if you're left on the bench and you're very, very disappointed, if you're brought back in the next game, tell me as a footballer's point of view, are you more sort of fired up to play well, or, because his attitude has come into sort of a lot of criticism?
Yeah, sure. So I can probably relate to that. When I was at Ipswich last year, I played the first 3 games. On the 4th game, the manager said that we haven't won yet for the first... No, sorry, we beat Fulham on the first game of the season, but the 2 games after that, we didn't do very well, and he said, look, I'm going to leave you out. I didn't agree with the decision at the time, but as a player, you have to respect that. And then against Derby was a game that I got left out for. We were losing 1-0 at half-time, and our captain got injured, and I came on. I probably played better in that half than I had done for the first 3 games. And then the 4 games after that, I went on and set goals up, and I got Player of the Month. So it certainly can give you that effect. I'm hoping it doesn't happen on Saturday, but...
That's where we differ.
I know. But in terms of firing a player up, it certainly can work, yeah.
Can I have a prediction from you for the end result come 7 o'clock on Saturday night?
I'm going to say 1-1.
Oh, slightly sitting on the fence a little bit.
I trust that Bournemouth have got enough to come here and get a result, but it depends heavily on what Chelsea turns up on the day, I think, and that'll be a lot down to how we play and how we set up. But I don't think we'll come here and play for a draw at all. I think we'll come here and try and take the game to Chelsea. Like you say, but then at the same time, it would be very naive to think that we're going to come here and beat them just because they haven't been playing well.
But then having said that, I would say you guys are coming off the back of the Everton game with a bit of confidence. You were 2-0 down, you ended it 3-3, which probably for the players who were playing felt like a bit of a win. So you're certainly coming to the bridge with confidence.
Absolutely. You look at the result and the way the game went. People will be coming here, certainly individual players that played in that game. Obviously Stanislas has scored 2. Adam Smith came off the bench and scored. So if he sticks with those players, they'll certainly be coming here full of confidence. I say, as will the team. We drew with a very capable Everton team, and if you look at the game, I think we probably deserved... I don't think we certainly deserved to be 2-0 down at half-time, but I think we always deserved a draw. So when they scored in the 95th minute, I think it was, then we scored in the 97th. Like I say, it almost feels like a win.
Last question for you. Will Bournemouth stay up this season?
Yes.
Why?
Well, Chelsea.
Hey, listen, Chelsea are definitely staying up this season.
No, I think if you look at the way that the games have gone, I think Bournemouth have certainly shown that they have enough to mix it with the best. I think certain things haven't clicked up until now, and hopefully the Everton game will be used as a catalyst to go on, and hopefully that'll be a changing point.
Well, thank you very much for talking to us here on Chelsea Fans Channel. And judging by your season at Ipswich, we're actually delighted you were sat here and not playing against us. But yeah, thank you very much, and good luck, obviously, with the rehab and the injury.
Cheers.
Welcome to Backpage Blues. I'm joined by Charlie, the Hurricane Skinner from the Mail Online, and I am in a fantastic mood.